Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be discussing 11 things that helped me get my life together as a young millennial. So let's go. Okay, so the first one I want to discuss is something that seems so simple, but it can have a big impact on your daily life, is going on an occasional walk. Just go outside and get some sunlight. Getting vitamin D can really have a big effect on your mood. It can boost your mood so much, and just moving your body and just being outside can really feel like a nice refreshing reset. So that's the first one. Go get your butt up, put your walking shoes on, and go outside. The second one, be direct. And when I say be direct, I mean be direct in your communication with anybody in your life that you encounter. Do not be passive aggressive towards others. Being passive aggressive will ultimately take you nowhere, and people just won't want to be around you. So just be yourself, be direct, and let things be known when you first think about them. Don't hold it in, don't harbor anything, don't let your feelings build into resentment, because it will take you nowhere. You're just going to be frustrated the whole time. So just let it out. Let it flow. Not being direct will show up in other areas of life. Trust me, it's shown up in so many areas of my life, and I'm just like, dang, if I was just direct the first time, I wouldn't be having this issue. And there's so many times where I could think of that my anger could have been like simmered down, and my anger could have been gone and over with if I just would have made myself clear to the person. So just make sure you're direct with the person. Don't be passive aggressive. Don't be sneaky. Don't be sneak dissing. Just say what you mean when you need to say it. Seriously. That's part of being an adult. It's hard. It's easier said than done, and I'm still working on most of the stuff myself, truth be told. But when I do these things, it helps me feel better. It's like one step further to making more and more progress. So yeah. But okay, number 3, don't take everything so seriously. Sometimes people will say stuff to you and it'll seem like a big deal in the moment, but when you think about it and then you think about the person who's saying it, you're like, should I really be taking this seriously? Should I really be taking what they're saying to me to heart? Because their lives aren't together themselves. Like, people, you shouldn't care about what people think, because they're not even thinking. That's what you should really be thinking about. Are these people even thinking about their own lives all the way through? So don't take advice from anybody that you wouldn't really want to emulate or be like, just don't. Just leave it alone. Just nod your head, smile, and say thank you. Okay, but you don't have to take the advice. Don't give it any thought. Don't give it, as my mom says, don't give it legs. Just let things be. I've realized growing up that caring about what other people say is so useless, because at the end of the day, sometimes people just generally, it's going to sound mean, but sometimes people just like to hear themselves speak. They don't really be thinking about what they're saying. It's not something that they're like, oh, I'm going to say this to hurt this person or to make them feel less than. They're just talking. They're just talking just to feel like they know something sometimes, and sometimes the person doesn't know anything. They just want to have something to say. And sometimes you may feel like, oh, it's personal. They're coming for me, but they just want to be in the conversation. Sometimes it's as small as that. And that's something that I'm learning and learn the hard way growing up, is sometimes people just like to hear the sound of their own voice. Just move on and let them be. Just don't even give it no legs. Number 4, realize that progress is ultimately happiness. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. There's no one thing that's going to make you happy, like, oh, when I do this, when I get this job, I'll be happy. When I get this amount of money, I'll be happy. When I get this and that done, I'll be happy. It's never ending. It's not going to stop. So just enjoy the ride. Be grateful for the things that you have right now, because stuff like things and material objects are fleeting, but the people in your family, the happiness that you feel when you're with your family, the love that you share between each other, your family, your friends, that's what's truly important, not things. So don't be focused on getting somewhere. Just enjoy where you are right now, and it'll help you see things so much more clearer. For me, happiness is literally a series of small wins. It's like getting over one hump to the next. It's like, okay, so I got this done. So I got these done. I got that done. So now I can move to the next thing. And it's just like seeing yourself progress. That's where the happiness lies. Not saying, oh, I got it done, so now I'm going to be happy. No, you're already supposed to be grateful for what you have right now. So then you could just enjoy where you are right now. And then if something else happens and you get over that hump, you move to something else, and something else happens. And then you're happy that you got over that hump. That's how it works. There's no one place where it's going to be like, oh, I'm making this amount of money now, I can be happy. That is not how it works. And if you feel like that's how it works, you're never going to be happy, because there's always going to be something that you want. And that's just the truth. Number 5, avoiding debt. I know this is hard. I know this is something that people of all ages face, not even just millennials, baby boomers, everybody, they face debt. But if you can, avoid debt, avoid swiping that card, avoid pay now, buy later stuff, because you don't want to have to deal with the bill. It's not worth it. If there's something that you want, save the money for it. In this society, is so dangerous, because I feel like anything can be accessed. Any amount of credit, any amount of money that you want for something can be accessed right now. If you don't have the money for something on Amazon, you could just use your credit card, and that is so dangerous. I feel like it gets so many people in trouble that they don't need to be in, when you could just save up a little money and buy stuff here and there. You don't need it. If you go and look at the list right now of the stuff that you have on Amazon, you don't need any of that stuff. It's just stuff that you want, that you think is going to make you feel good. And usually once you get the stuff, you may not even use it, or it doesn't make you feel good, or because now you're stuck with a bill and you're like, dang, did I really need those fuzzy slippers? Was it really worth it? So just avoid debt, unless it's like a health emergency, unless your foot is going to fall off, your arm about to fall off, your toe hanging from your foot, then use your credit card. But if it's for some fuzzy slippers or some Cheetos off a limited edition Cheeto off of Amazon, please don't use your credit card. It is not worth it. Trust me. Number 6, appreciate the small thing. If someone does something nice for you, show appreciation. It could be something small, like holding the door open for you, or even something big, like maybe they loaned you something there. They loaned you a camera or something, or they loaned you some anything. It could be anything, but just make sure you know that the person feels appreciated. Make sure they know that you appreciate it, because there's so many times people do things for people and they don't appreciate it. And it's like, it messes up for everybody else that they want to be generous towards or that you want to be generous towards, because you're like, that person didn't even appreciate it. So show appreciation. You never know what that could do for the person when you just show a little bit of appreciation. And it's good karma for you too. If you're just positive and you're like, wow, they didn't have to do that for me, but they did it for me and it made my life a little bit easier. So just give thanks, show appreciation. A little appreciation goes a long way. Kindness is free. Number 7, pay attention to vibes. What do I mean by this? If something doesn't feel right, realize that it is not right. And you know what I'm saying. That thing that just popped into your head, yes, it's not right, because you thought it popped into your head when I was referencing. If it doesn't feel right, the feelings that we have in our body is like a natural thing. It's like a natural smoke detector. It's like, okay, I see it coming. I see it coming. But then your heart kicks in and it's like, oh no, I trust this person. They wouldn't do that, or they wouldn't say that about me. But usually if you feel it and you sense it, yeah, it's shady. Something's not right about the situation. It's like kind of like when you're in a parking lot at late at night and you feel somebody watching you, and you look around and you look long enough and you see somebody in the corner watching you, because your body told you. Your body lets you know something isn't right. Flee, run out of the situation. So it's just good to pay attention to as an adult, not to not trust people, but to pay attention to how you're feeling in a moment, because it can save you a lot of trouble, a lot of foolery, a lot of foolishness. Just just pay attention to your sixth sense. That's all I'm saying. Number 8, keep yourself occupied with an activity, like a sport, doing puzzles, roller skating, skateboarding. It could be anything you could think of, just something to keep your mind and body occupied, away from like the daily stressors of life. Basically anything that you can do on a daily basis so that you can feel some joy, because sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes just a little spark of joy to get ourselves back on track, and we can get our senses together, get our mind cleared, and then we're ready to tackle on the rest of the day or year or month or wherever. Number 9, take your vitamins. Right now, I have like these little vitamin patches. I'm forgetting the name of them. I'll link them below. Hopefully I remember. But you can get the gummy vitamins if you're too wuss to swallow the pills like me. I've never been able to swallow pills, so I use the patches. My teeth are a little too sensitive right now for the gummies right now. So I just use the patches. But anytime you can get like a full vitamin, a mega vitamin, it's best to do that, because sometimes you're not depressed, you're just vitamin deficient. And a lot of people don't say that. The doctors like to pump you with medications and stuff like that. But sometimes vitamins do help. Sometimes it may even fix it sometimes for the mild cases. But sometimes making sure that you have the right amount of vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin A, all that, manganese, magnesium, it can really fix your outlook. It can really help your mental state get on track. So sometimes it's as small as getting a vitamin. But yeah, all right. Number 10, do not compare yourself to others. You have no idea what that person had to do to get those things that you're jealous of. You don't even know what you're jealous of. You don't even know how the person acquired what they acquired. You don't know what hell they had to go through to acquire the things they have. So don't be jealous of other people. You don't know what they had to go through. You don't know what they're battling. Everybody is battling something in private. I know that it seems like, oh, that's not, no, people battle stuff in private. They're not going to tell you stuff. They're not going to tell you everything that they're going through. It makes them look crazy. Social media is this thing where people just show their highlight reel most of the time. Nobody is for real anymore. Nobody's like, oh yeah, I'm going through this or going through that, or my leg about to fall. Nobody's going to get online and be like, my leg about to fall off. I need this. I need that done. Nobody's going to do that, because everybody online wants to look good. Sometimes people are fake. That people want to fake it for the gram. People want to seem like they're doing better than they're doing. So they're never going to tell you. So you start to compare yourself and be like, oh, I see them posting this, or I see them posting that. You don't know what they're going through. So do not compare yourself to others. Run your own race. You cannot drive your car looking through somebody else's windshield. My dad told me that's a good one. You cannot compare yourself to people whose lives you don't even actually know for real. You don't know them. So just stay focused on you and what you're trying to do. That's the best thing to do. And finally, number 11, try to meditate. I would suggest for people that are kind of skittish and everything like that, people that, can't stop moving their body, or people that are mad hyper, try to meditate for 5 minutes. Go on YouTube and look up meditation music. Or you can even do a guided meditation where they talk you along through it. But for me, I like the silent ones where it's just the instrumental music. That works the best for me. And I'll also try to link the one that I like the most in the description. But yeah, if you could just quiet your mind, breathe, and calm down, a lot of things will become clear to you. It'll clear your mind up so nice that you might even get a spark of energy. I know for me, that's what always happens. I always feel like a spark of energy. It's like an instant dopamine hit after I meditate. So just try 5 minutes and then work your way up to 10, and then work your way up to 15. And finally, you could do 30 and beyond. But meditating is one of those things. If you don't do any of the stuff off this list, meditating is one thing that truly, truly helps. You could even throw a blanket over your head to make it dark in the room if the light is distracting when you close your eyes, and just sit underneath, breathe deep, take 3 deep breaths first, and just listen to the music. Try to clear your mind. And even if you can't clear your mind, even if stuff is flashing into your vision and you can't just relax, just let it ride, let it go through until it, eventually it tapers down. And then try to just figure out things in your life that you'd like to fix, and just, visualize it going well. Visualize outcomes. You never know what can happen with a little bit of visualization and a little bit of meditation. And it's done wonders for me, just the meditation alone. So those are my 11 tips for getting your life together as a millennial. Like, subscribe, and comment. And I have a try on haul coming soon. So be on the lookout for that.